Hello everyone, this is Noah from 95 Cameras. In this video we've taken a quick look at the best budget camera available today. Price information and links to all products mentioned in the video are available in the description. If you have other products you would like us to review, please tell us in the comments or visit 95cameras.com. Without further ado, let's jump right into it. Start number 5, we have Canon EOS 6D Mark II. This is not a high-end professional only model. Instead, this DSLR is an approachable compromise that incorporates a full-frame sensor with more modest features and costs only a little more than entry-level DSLRs. Make no mistake, you can spend 3 times this much money on cameras from Canon, Nikon and Sony that take incrementally better photos. But unless you have some very specific needs, like the ability to capture 4K at 60 FPS or need a much broader autofocus coverage area for action photos, then this is a great choice. All in all, here's what you get: a full-frame 26.2 megapixel sensor with a 45-point autofocus system, an excellent secondary autofocus system for the live view mode in the LCD, and integrated GPS for geotagging your photos. There's also Bluetooth and Wi-Fi connectivity, so you can use your phone as a remote trigger or to download images. Professionals might not appreciate the limited top ISO of 40,000, which produces above average noise at higher levels, but overall this is a camera to be reckoned with, especially considering the price. Number Nikon Z5. You can spend a small fortune on mirrorless cameras. The Sony a7S III, which captures relatively small 12 megapixel images, sells for $3,500 for example. But the Nikon Z5 is proof that you don't need to take out a second mortgage. This excellent camera looks and feels like a pro model. It's fully weather sealed and sculpted from a rugged magnesium alloy frame. It has dual card slots because many photographers write to 2 memory cards simultaneously for security, and the full-frame sensor can capture more light for better low-light photography. The camera also features an integrated 5-axis vibration reduction mechanism and a highly effective 273-point autofocus system. It can capture up to 4.5 FPS of continuous shooting, and the ISO ranges from 100 to 102,400. Do you shoot videos? If so, you'll be happy to know this camera can capture 4K at up to 30 FPS. It also supports wireless image transfers using Wi-Fi and Bluetooth. At number 3, we have Nikon D3500. This compact and lightweight DSLR is a great example of why it still makes sense to buy a single lens reflex camera in 2021, when there are so many mirrorless alternatives available. It can take over 1500 pictures on a single charge, which puts most mirrorless cameras to shame. And the APS-C sensor captures 24.7 megapixel images. This is an entry-level DSLR though, and makes some compromises. The max continuous shooting rate is a sluggish 5 FPS, for example, and video recording is limited to 1080p HD. So if you want to record 4K, you need to look elsewhere. The LCD monitor isn't a touchscreen either, otherwise this camera is able to handle pretty much any enthusiast needs. With an integrated guide mode built into the interface to help beginners, the camera also includes Bluetooth to wirelessly transfer photos. This is not as fast as Wi-Fi, but welcome nonetheless. Number 2, Nikon Z50. Mirrorless is poised to be the future of series photography. and the Z50 is an excellent starter camera for getting your feet wet in the world of mirrorless photography without spending a fortune. The Z50 shoots 20.9 megapixel images on the somewhat smaller APS-C sensor, so the body is small and fits easily in your hands. It has the ability to shoot a blazing fast 11 FPS. It can record a full 4K video and has a large articulating 3.2-inch touchscreen monitor, in addition to an electronic viewfinder. It can use any lens in Nikon's Z series, and this particular model comes with two kit lenses, a wide-angle 16 to 50mm and a generously deep 50 to 250mm lens. There's enough here to carry any beginner well into advanced photography before feeling the need to upgrade. At 1 we have Canon PowerShot ELPH 180. If you're looking for a simple point and shoot camera that handles all the exposure decision making but includes a handful of scene modes for some creative moments, this is the camera. It is a 20 megapixel model with an 8x optical zoom and 720p video recording, all for a very modest price that is only a little north of $100. There are some trade-offs, however. The ELPH 180 doesn't have a lot of light sensitivity. It has a maximum ISO of 1600, a relatively small sensor, and doesn't capture full HD video, to say nothing of 4K. But it's easy to use and has cool extras like a face self-timer, meaning that it waits to see your face before taking the picture, and scene modes like portrait, fisheye, fireworks, and long shutter. Bottom line is, it is a great alternative to using your smartphone.